Hi, I'm Robyn and I'm a professional speaker and coach and trainer on all things communication. I love discovering ways to make communication more effective and engaging. Today I'm going to share with you one of my techniques, which I call the LUVE formula. The LUVE formula. What is the LUVE formula? The LUVE formula is a communication strategy that you can use when you are facing a difficult conversation or when you really need to get your message through to someone who may not be so keen on hearing it. The LUVE formula stands for listen, understand, validate, and explore. So let's explore the LUVE formula. First, listen. We need to listen in a specific way if you have any hope for getting your message through. And when I say listen, it's not just the typical listening. You have to listen with your eyes and your ears. You want to listen not to fix or win. You want to listen to learn. You want to listen to learn about what their style is, what their emotional state is, and only then can you come up with a response. So you want to listen with your eyes and ears and listen with the intent to empathize and not to criticize. Then you want to understand. You want to say something that shows that you understand their perspective. Because what we're trying to do is we want to try to create rapport between you and that listener. When people feel understood, they're much more likely to feel like they can move with you. So say something that shows that you understand where they're coming from, and this will build more rapport. Now remember, you can understand without having to agree with them. Next, you want to learn how to validate what they're saying. Validate meaning you validate a part of what that person says. Again, that doesn't mean that you agree with them. You validate them by telling them that they're right about something, that they're right about a small portion of it. Now, imagine people love to be told that they're right, right? So that will create even more rapport with your listener so that they're going to be there's a way that I like to say it, they're going to be a little bit more tenderized to be able to hear your message. You know, if you have a tough piece of steak and you haven't put any tenderizer on it, it's really going to be difficult to chew. So if you have a tough piece of information that you want to get through to your listener, you want to figure out how to tenderize it. One of the ways to tenderize it is to say something that shows that you understand, and the second way is to validate a little bit of what they're saying. Then, now that your steak is a little bit more tenderized, you can begin to explore and express what it is that you really want to say. So you can do that by asking an exploratory question like, how do you think that's going to work in practice? Or you start to express your opinion. And I feel a little bit different. Now be careful. You always want to express your opinion with the word and not but. And I feel like we need to see things a little bit differently. And I'm wondering how that's going to work with the way that we've been doing it. So next, I'm going to give you a short example about how you can use the LUVE formula. Here we are. So imagine that the person that you're about to speak to says something like this. You told me last week that we'd have X, and now you're telling me it's not ready. Anybody have an experience like that? First, you want to listen. So what are some of the emotions that come up when you hear that being expressed? That person sounds like, yeah, they're angry, but also underneath that anger might be frustration, or it may be disappointment, or it might be fear, because they're feared that they're going to lose that contract. So you want to think about what emotion is underneath that. And then you're going to show that you understand them. I understand how frustrating it is that I don't have it yet. You understand. You hear them. I hear that you're totally frustrated that this hasn't been produced yet. Understand them. That's going to lower some of that stress hormones, lower some of that emotion. And then you can start to validate them. You're absolutely right. It is a huge priority. Again, you're telling them that they're right. How great does that feel? You're absolutely right. It's a huge priority. And then you can start to express or explore. Now, if you were going to express using the word and with the recent request we got from headquarters, I felt that we needed to make sure that we get why updated and sent out. So it's not that you were being lazy. It's not that you were disrespecting them. You had another priority that they talked about. So what is that why? Or you can take that same tactic, the first steps remain the same, and then the last step is to ask an exploratory question. So with the recent request from headquarters, would you like me to continue working on X or working on getting Y updated? Now see, if you ask an exploratory question, that's a way for them to sit back and think about whether, is this the right tactic that they are taking without you expressing, oh, you're wrong, I can't do that. Now, most people in that situation would get defensive. You told me last week you'd had X and now you're ready. Well, I can't do everything because I had to do Y. That is not going to get through because what you're doing is you're hitting an emotion and you're not respecting, you're not understanding the emotion that your speaker or the person that spoke to you is going through. By listening to them, by understanding them, by validating them, and then expressing what it is that you want to say or exploring ways for you to get them to move off the tack that they were on is showing them some love. Now try the love formula the next time you have a message that you'd like to get through. If you'd like to talk to me further about the LUVE Communication Formula or anything else, please be sure to reach out to me. I'm Robyn Hatcher.